in Wallace, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for you, and this goes right now until 1:15 as well. And that's to account for the chance for some gustier winds with those downpours, winds that may top out around 58 plus miles per hour. There's also potential for some penny-sized hail to come with some of the storms as well, so that's a concern. In addition to locally heavy rainfall, we've really been watching the locally heavy rainfall as a part of the forecast through the morning hours, and impacts that's not going to change this afternoon. But again, the tornado warning is still effective until 1:15, and our main concerned location has been Delway and areas right along Highway 421. The warning ongoing at this time as we watch the storm move east at 15 miles per hour. I want to take another look at updated radar scans, and based off of what I'm seeing, it looks like this is beginning to weaken a bit more, the rotation becoming a bit broader. So we want this trend to continue. You're seeing less of those greens attached to those reds, which is a good indication that we're seeing less of that rotation potential. Still some gusty wind potential near Delway, but I do like this trend that I'm seeing now. We still have lots of lightning, so the concern that brings, in my opinion, is that we're going to see more rain and storms developing. In addition to that, locally heavy downpours, and that will enhance our chance for some localized street flooding. So the tornado warning is right now set to go until 1:15. I think the Weather Service will continue to monitor the scans as we are doing too, and then they'll decide if they want to cancel the warning ahead of 1:15 or continue with it for the duration until we get to that time frame. So this is something we'll be watching very closely. The rainfall continues to be heavy with this cell as well. We haven't seen much over Delway in terms of heavy rainfall, but what you're looking at here are some locally heavy downpours. So just to the west, some of those rain totals now approaching 2 inches. Around Delway, more like 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. But that's going to change because we have more storms building in. We have more lightning that's apparent here on First Alert Doppler 2. Once again, we have a severe thunderstorm potential and severe weather risk overall today. It's a level 1 threat. This goes through tonight because we're going to see more showers and storms developing through the afternoon hours, and so the potential for more severe thunderstorm warnings, maybe even an isolated tornado warning or two to be issued this afternoon. On top of that, we also have a flood watch, which will be in effect until midnight tonight, and that's for additional heavy rainfall. Some of our locations since this morning, some spots have picked up over 5 inches of rainfall so far. And the unfortunate part is that we're going to see the potential for an additional 1 to 3 plus inches of rainfall today. Of the next 3 days, today will be the highest potential for flooding. Tomorrow we will see more of that, but it won't be as high as today. So once again, we're coming up on 1 o'clock this afternoon. A tornado warning continues for southeastern Sampson County. More specifically, those of you around Delway. That's where we have a chance for some locally heavy rainfall. Thank you so much, Eve. We have production assistants who try to make sure that we're all good. We have some heavy rainfall along Highway 421, but the best rotation at this point apparent just east of Highway 421, just east of Delway. I'm still seeing potential for some gusty winds here, but I'm not seeing the rotation that was more apparent over the last few scans. So once again, this is the trend that we want to see ongoing for the next few minutes, so that the Weather Service can decide whether or not the warning is to be extended or not. The Weather Service is the entity that issues these warnings, and of course we bring that information to you and analyze it right here. Heavy downpours also possible throughout the afternoon hours as well, and again, this is something that we've been first alerting you to since the early part of the week with that heavy downpour potential. Looking at rainfall still, those totals are greatest west of Delway, but we do have some locally heavy rainfall in spots as well. As we look across the area, we still have some locally heavy downpours that we're dealing with. I'm going to take 1 second and have just a sip of water. All right, downtown Raleigh is looking pretty good. We have some sunshine out there. Enjoy it while it lasts, though, because the sunshine will ultimately go away, and that's going to help to destabilize us this afternoon. So we really don't want to see too much of that. There are more storms, though, pushing into parts of Orange County, Alamance County, too, and that's where we're seeing a little bit more lightning. Nothing severe here, but definitely some downpours moving in the direction of Carborough. We have some lightning showing up as well, just near Saxbahaw and also south and east of Melville. Again, these are not severe, but we do have locally heavy downpours occurring at this time. We also have some locally heavy rainfall for parts of northern Alamance County, just north of Burlington. We could see some gusty winds in spots too, maybe 30 to 40 miles per hour. And then across parts of southeastern Person County into Granville, north of I-85, we do have more moderate to heavy rainfall tracking off to the east. So Vance County, more rainfall to come for you. Mecklenburg, you've been pretty dry for the most part today. You will see some more storms developing later this afternoon. We are with you live right now at 1:01 on this Friday afternoon because we have a tornado warning that continues for parts of southeastern Sampson County. We were seeing the best rotation based off of radar indications just to the east of Delway. At one point, now it looks like that storm system is beginning to weaken a bit more, and that rotation is not as apparent as it was when the warning was officially issued at roughly 12:51 this afternoon. So I am seeing some encouraging trends here on radar, but we do have locally heavy rainfall that's still occurring near Highway 421. I do want to look back down on velocity this afternoon and see where we are with the latest scans here. So again, it's the gustier winds that I'm seeing east of Delway. That's where the best potential for rotation was apparent about 15 minutes ago. I want to roll the radar back. We can lapse this and you can see what I was talking about. So just west of Delway, we started to see what appeared to be a little bit of a couplet. And then as we started to get towards, let's say 1250, that's where we started to see more of that rotation apparent on radar. Now, not as much. So a broadening out of this rotation, more of a wind situation, and certainly some heavy downpours apparent here too. But we'll stay with you until the warning is either canceled or allowed to expire. And the expiration on this current tornado warning is 1:15. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning in place as well. And this is for more portions of Sampson County. This includes those of you in Garland, Taylor's Bridge, McDaniels, those of you around Wallace. That's actually Duplin County, but those of you in Magnolia, Warsaw, it pushes out to the east. This severe thunderstorm warning is also in place until 1:15, and that's for the windy conditions, the chance for some damaging wind gusts, the locally heavy downpours, the potential for some penny-sized hail, and some locally heavy downpours that may lead to some street flooding too. And so we're monitoring that situation as well. This storm will continue off to the east. It's going to take that heavy rainfall potential with it. It's also going to take that potential for the stronger storms with it too. And so that's going to be moving into Duplin County. If you have family or friends that work or live in Duplin, you may want to check on them, especially if they're near Kenansville or Wallace, because that's where the strongest part of the storm is moving. We still have a flash flood warning also for central Sampson County. This is forecast to expire at 1:45 this afternoon. And that's because of the heavy rainfall that fell around Clinton, near Van Crossroads too. So it's going to take that water some time to recede and ultimately get saturated into those grounds. So waiting on that. We're going to see more rain and storm action though this afternoon, that's for sure. And so we're going to try to prepare for that and make sure you're staying weather aware throughout the day. The ABC 11 app is a great tool to have and utilize in events like today because you can actually track the showers and storms along with us. And you can see any watches, warnings, or advisories that may be issued for your local area too. So it's a great tool to have. You can also check back on impacts that we saw earlier this morning and make preparation for later today. So we do have a severe weather risk for this afternoon. It's a level 1 threat. This until 11 o'clock tonight. I think by that time that intense rain and storm activity will be winding down. We also have a chance for flash flooding to develop this afternoon too, and that potential through midnight tonight. So again, just being mindful as you move through about the day. Nobody wants to be stuck in the house all day long or stuck at work. You want to make some plans for the afternoon, but just know that they could be interrupted. And the important thing to remember today is if you do have outdoor plans, where is your safe place? Where are you going to go? If let's say you park and you walk somewhere, how are you going to get back to your car if you need to do do that this afternoon. So again, considering where to be for your safe place if a tornado warning is issued, and that's the case right now for parts of southeastern Sampson County, you want to stay away from the second story of those homes. You want to go to the lowest portion of your home. That may mean the basement. That may mean if you're in an apartment, you want to go into the closet or the bathroom, most interior portion of your home. The idea is to put as many walls between you and the potential tornadic thunderstorm as possible. So no windows, no looking loosies. We want to be definitely in our safe places and get low and cover your heads. Still tracking this tornado warning. Again, this is until now canceled. I like that. So again, the Weather Service has been following the trends, as have I so far, and we saw a weakening trend, so now it has been canceled. I think, what are we going to do, guys? Send back to Anna and John, or return our wonderful viewers back to regular programming?
We'll take it back for a moment.